Hello, today we are going to be working on some 3-digit subtraction with regrouping, and I'm going to do some demonstration of how we do 3-digit subtraction with regrouping. I'm going to use this worksheet from superteacherworksheets.com and show you some examples. I'm also going to draw some pictures of some place value blocks to help you understand how and why we regroup. So our first problem here is 507 minus 294. We're doing 507 minus 294. Now if we were going to look at how 507 looks with place value blocks, the way we would draw that is we would draw 5 squares to show 5 100ths, 3, 4, 5, that would be 500. There are no tens, and then we would have 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would represent 507 in base 10 blocks. Now, when we start looking at our subtraction problem, the first thing we have to look at is if the top number is bigger than or smaller than the bottom number. We always do subtraction using what we know about place value. We always subtract the ones place first, the tens place second, and the hundreds place third. And if there were more place values, we'd keep on moving to the left to the bigger place value. So we start in the ones place, always on the furthest on the right in the ones place, and we say 7 minus 4. Well, that is possible. If we wanted to use our base 10 blocks, we could here are 7 ones. We could say minus 4 of them, and know that there are 3 ones left. And so 7 minus 4 equals 3. Now we look in the tens place, and we say 0 minus 9. Well, we have 0 groups of 10 here. If we have 0 groups of 10, we can't subtract anything from 0 groups of 10. This is why we have to regroup. So we're going to have to take one of these groups of 100. It's not going to be a group of 100 anymore. Instead, now it's going to be 10 groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We just took that base 10 block 100 and we separated it out into 10 groups of 10. The way we show that here is we go over to the hundreds column, we cross out the 5, we're only going to have 4 hundreds left now. See those 4 hundreds that are left? Because we're moving one of those over into the tens place. Well, now it's 10 groups of 10. So 10 minus 9, here are our groups of 10. Take away 9 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and all we have left is 1 group of 10. So 10 groups of 10 minus 9 groups of 10 means we have 1 group of 10 left. Now we move over to the hundreds place. Well, we have these 4 hundreds left. And in this problem, we're subtracting 2 of those. 1, 2 of them, and that leaves 2 groups of 100 left. So our answer is 213. Now we know that 507 minus 294 equals 213. I'll do 2 more showing you the base 10 blocks as we go, and then we'll do a couple with just the algorithm without the picture base 10 blocks to help us. Let's move over now to 483 minus 127. Again, we have to make sure we think about place value when we're subtracting. We have our ones place, our tens place, and our hundreds place. We always start the furthest to the right in the ones place, and we're subtracting 483 minus 127. Well, we can draw base 10 blocks to represent that 483. So we have 4 groups of 100, 1 group of 100, 2 groups of 100, 3 groups of 100, 4 groups of 100. We have 8 groups of 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of 10, and we have 3 individual units, 1, 2, 3. So we have a 4 in the hundreds place, we have an 8 in the tens place, and we have a 3 in the ones place. And so now we start in the ones place when we're subtracting. So we have 3 minus 7. Well, here are our 3 ones. Can we take 7 away from that? No, we can't take 7 away from 3. 3 is smaller. So we have to regroup. The way we regroup is we take one of these groups of 10, we cross it out. It's not going to be a group of 10 anymore. Now it's going to become 10 individual units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, we already had 3 units there, so now we have a total of 13 units. Here's how we do that on the algorithm. We cross out the 8. We don't have 8 groups of 10 anymore. Now we only have 7 groups of 10. But we move it over to the ones place. With my marker, it's hard to show. You could just put a 1 there, or I can cross out the 3 and change it, the whole thing, to a 13. Now we have 13 ones. Well, 13 minus 7 is something we can do. Here are our 13 ones. We can take away 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that leaves us with 6 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could also count up and say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and say the difference between 13 and 7 is 6. 13 minus 7 equals 6. Now we move over to the tens place. We have 7 minus 2. Here are those 7 tens we have left. We can cross out 2 of them. 1, 2. That leaves us with 5 tens left. 7 minus 2 equals 5. And then we move over to the hundreds place and we say 4 minus 1. Here are those 4 groups of 100. We can take away 1 of them, and that leaves us with 3 groups of 100 left. So 4 minus 1 equals 3. Now we can see that our answer is 356. And here's our answer, 356. 483 minus 127 equals 356. I'll do one more while drawing the base 10 blocks for you, and then we'll do one with just the algorithm without the picture. So if we come down here and we do 920 minus 50, we have to always think about our place value. Here it is, the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. And we're going to draw 920 using place value, base 10 blocks. So here is our 920, and we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. So there's our 900. We have 2 in the tens place. So I'm going to draw 2 groups of 10 just for space on the screen here. I'm going to draw those tens over here. And I have 0 ones. So now I can subtract, always starting with the ones place. Here we have 0 ones minus 0 ones. I have 0 ones here, but I can only have to take 0 away. 0 minus 0 is 0. Then I move over to the tens place. 2 minus 5. Well, here are my 2 tens. I don't have 5 tens to take away. So I'm going to have to regroup. The way I do that is I take one of my hundreds, cross it out. That's the same thing as crossing out this 9. And I change it to 800s because there were 900s, but now I'm only going to have 800s left. And that one group of 100 changes to 10 groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 groups of 10. Well, I already had 2 groups of 10. So 10 groups of 10 plus 2 groups of 10 makes 12. So instead of having 900s and 2 10s, now I have 800s and 12 10s. So 12 minus 5, I cross out 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 10s left. 12 10s minus 5 10s is 7. So 12 minus 5 is 7. I put that in the tens place. And then I still have these 800s over here, and I don't have to take any away from them, so I get to keep all 800s. So that makes 870. So 920 minus 50 equals 870, which is what our base 10 blocks show here. I'm going to do 2 more with just the traditional algorithm without the pictures, now that you've seen some examples of the pictures. We have 378 minus 259. I still have to think about my place value, even though I'm not going to draw it with pictures. It's still very important to my subtraction. 8 minus 9. Well, if I only have 8, I can't take away 9, so I have to go over and borrow or regroup. This 7 changes to a 6, and this 8 changes to an 18. 18 minus 9 is 9. If you need to draw a picture of that to figure that out, you can, or you can count up. Then I have 6 in the tens place minus 5. 6 minus 5 is 1. And then my hundreds place didn't change, so I have 3 minus 2 is 1. So now we know 378 minus 259 equals 119. I'm going to do one more for you, and I'm not going to draw the place value on there, but the place value still matters. I start in the ones place, which is farthest to the right. 7 minus 8 is not possible, because if you have 7, you can't take 8 away from it. So I have to go over and regroup. Take 1 away from the tens place, that makes the tens place 0. When I regroup that to the ones place, it makes the ones place 17. 17 minus 8 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I counted up. 17 minus 8 is 9. In my tens place, I do 0 minus 0, which is 0. In my hundreds place, I do 5 minus 1, and that's 4. So 517 minus 108 is 409. I hope this helps you with how to do subtraction with regrouping. Remember, it's always a great idea to draw out your base 10 blocks if you need help with regrouping. That can give you a picture in your head to understand regrouping. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, and I'll be happy to try to respond to those. Happy subtracting!